Welcome everybody. Today we are going to sous vide, one of my very favorite methods of cooking. We're going to do some pork loin chops that have been marinated in brown sugar bourbon. Now that's one of my favorite combinations of a marinade. And this one is very interesting. This one has a little, see the little picture of the bottle right there? Tear and pour. So I've never seen one like this. It's in a, kind of like in a bag. So we're going to put this on our pork loin chops, marinate them for, I know it says 30-minute marinade. We're going to marinate for about 8 hours. So we're going to pour that into a baggie with our pork loin chop, pop it in the fridge, flip it over every couple hours, and then get it into the sous vide in our Ninja Foodie a little later this evening. Let's get started on that. Got a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie, freezer baggie. Always use a freezer style baggie for your sous vide. Some of the other baggies, if they're not freezer, they are kind of thin and you run the risk of them leaking. So anyway, this is what we're dealing with today. Boneless pork loin chops. These are going to be so good. And sous vide, they're just going to be so tender. I have 5 of them here. All about equal size. Let's pour it in that marinade. Now, I don't know how many times I bought a package of something that says tear here and you end up getting your scissors out. So this is my first time using, not Grill Mates, but my first time using the little baggy version. So let's make sure all the liquid is away from the lid. Let's see if it really works. Okay, it tore, but did it open? Yes, it did. Not very well, but it did open. There it is. We got her, guys. Look at that. So something that actually works. Good job, what is it? Grill Mates. Good job. Anyway, in the baggie we go. Oh, nice and thick. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, boy. All right, we're just going to dump the whole thing in, then we'll mix it up a little bit. I just roll like a toothpaste roll from the bottom. Don't want to leave nothing behind. And I just squirted half of it on the counter. Oh boy. Well, that's because I'm trying to look at the camera and look at the bag at the same time. So it's not Grill Mate's fault. That was Scott's fault. Yeah. A little bit of a mess. Let me clean that up. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, this marinade, oh my gosh, the smell is just absolutely amazing in here. So what we're gonna do, just zip it up. We want to keep some air in there for this. So we got a little air. We want to trap the air. Now we want to get the air out for sous vide, but for marinating and mixing, I'm going to leave a little air in it so I can have room to shake. And what I'm trying to do now is just sort of flatten them out. Sort of flatten them out the best you can. Kind of like that. We're going to put that on a platter and get them in the fridge, and right before I do, we're going to pop a little teeny hole right there, and we'll go ahead and push the air out now. And we're going to push even more air out when we sous vide, and I'm going to show you an easy way to do that using science. Okay. Anyway, we'll see you guys back in about 8 hours or so. We'll start the sous vide process. Alrighty, welcome back. We're ready to get the water in the pot so we can get these marinated pork loin chops in the sous vide. We're going to sous vide for about 2 hours at 145 degrees because our pork chops are about 1 inch thick, a little bit, maybe 3/4 inch thick. So 2 hours will do it. And the first thing we got to do is, I'm not going to tell you how much water to put in because that's up to you, but you need to get enough water to cover that. And that's one way to measure it right there. So leave the bag in, add water till you cover, and then we'll get the rest of the air out of that bag. If you've seen any of my other sous vide videos, you might know what I'm about to do. I'm going to lower the camera for you. All right, so we've got our pork chops submerged. What we're going to do is pop open a corner, about enough so you can stick your thumb in it, okay, and leave the rest of the baggie zipped. Now, what I like to do is just kind of leave my finger in there so I know where it is, and slowly press down, fold over any excess of the bag, and what we're doing is we're letting the water pressure force the air out of the bag. And because my finger's in there, I know where to stop so I don't go underwater. And I've got all the air out of the bag right now. Leave it low, reseal it, and you're done. We're ready for sous vide. Let's go. All right, one reason I love sous vide in a foodie is it's just so simple, and you can't undercook it, you can't overcook it. It's just gonna be perfect, guys. Different models get there a different way. However you get there, if you've got sous vide on your machine, just go find it, adjust your temperature. Oops, 145. This really doesn't matter. You can, if you're gonna sous vide for 2 hours, you can set it to 7 hours if you want, and just come in here in 2 hours and take it out. But for those of us with bad memories, you can set it to 2 hours and let it cut off. I'm gonna set mine to 2.5, just so I have a little leeway there, but around 2 hours is what I'm looking for. Fire away. We're sous videing, guys. The vent system up on the top is meaningless during this process. It doesn't matter where you set it. It's not gonna use it. And that's it. I'll see you guys back in a couple hours, and we're gonna check out these pork chops. Fresh from the Ninja Foodie, sous vide, smoking hot, is our marinated pork chops. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour these right out on a platter. Nice and easy. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Trying not to make another mess. One mess a day is all I'm allowed, I think. Now, this marinade can be used for other things. If you've got a gravy for, like a rice dish, for example, you could sprinkle a little of that gravy around. You can pour it over top of your pork chops, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. So let me get this plate together for you, and we'll put it all together and give it a nice test. Here we go, guys. Pork loin chops, sous vide, Ninja Foodie, marinated for 8 hours in Grill Mates brown sugar bourbon. Boy, doesn't that look good. Over here, I've got some cheddar broccoli rice-a-roni. I did in the Ninja 10-inch skillet. Over here, I've got some of my favorite vegetable. You probably don't like it. Most people don't, but Brussels sprouts. And the reason I did Brussels sprouts tonight, because they're really, really good when they're glazed with brown sugar. There is brown sugar in the marinade, so I think these flavors will go really well together. Anyway, we sous vide for 2 reasons. 1, to let that marinade really get into the meat, and 2, to see how tender we can get it. Let's give it a cut. That's pretty tender, perfectly cooked, 145 degrees. One reason we love sous vide. There's no guessing on your temperature. It is what it is. Let's take a taste. Here we go. Pork chop first. Oh, wow, very tender. Perfectly cooked. That marinade is good. Good job, Grill Mates. That was really good. Hey, rice, we'll try it since we're on camera, but you know, this was not done in the, well, it was done in a Ninja, so, okay, so we'll try it. Here we go. Love it. I really like rice done in the skillet because you brown that rice first with butter before you boil it and let it sit. All right, so I got a Brussels sprout here, and you're gonna say, oh, yuck. But what I did is I took some of that brown sugar marinade and poured over the top of it, kind of made a little glaze. Let's try that. It's like candy. Anyway, thanks for watching. This video was all about sous vide, pork sous vide, and the Grill Mates marinade, and I think that was a total success. The cost of this meal was not very high. We might have $8, $9 in the whole thing. We're going to get more than one meal out of it. That's a pretty good value. Easy to cook. Throw it in the sous vide. Walk away. You're done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon on the next video.